Check it out. We're talking about your money file in your head, and we're talking about if you got money or not. So let's talk about why you struggle with money, and let's just solve the problem at a core level so you can change your life. Hi, it's Kirk, and we're going to talk about your money file. And this money file is in your head because your head has a filing cabinet in it. And in your filing cabinet, in your head, in your brain, is stored all of your past experiences with money. And all those experiences go into particular folders inside of your head. So there's a file called money in your head, and everything you've experienced gets put in there, and then all of this evidence then creates a particular perception about you and your experience with money. So I have a file, you have a file, she has a file, he has a file, we all have files in our head about money. Now, whatever information is in the file in your head will determine your outcome with money. A job does not determine your outcome of money. Your file in your head determines your outcome of money. I've met my fair share of people who have finished school. They've got all these smarts and they can't get a job. And they go apply for jobs and they can't get a job. I meet people who are super gifted and talented who are struggling with money. I meet artists who have fantastic work, but they have this glitch between them and money. They can't sell their paintings or sell their artwork because they have this glitch with money. I watch people who are super entrepreneurial, like they can create a business, but then when it comes to selling something, they can't sell it. I've seen business owners crash their businesses because they reached a particular level of income or sales, and then it crashes from that point. Your file controls your life. And you not only have a money file in your head, you got a file in every category in life. Every category. So if we open up your money file, is this what we find? Is that what's in your money file? Like it's just a no-go? It's like you got nothing? All your experiences have brought it together so that you just need to push away money, be done with money, not even engage with money. But this is normal. You could be part of this normal group of people who struggle with money. And then people try to go around trying to find a different job to be able to solve their money issue. Your money issues, your struggle with money happens because you lack the information needed to be able to produce the money that can take care of all your bills and be able to go have fun and be able to create some freedom in your life. But it's right here in your money file. So I have a file, you have a file, everybody has a file. But what do? Well, if you don't have anything in your file to support you to have money, well, you can put something in there. You can put new information. You're not done. Science has said for years, you finish getting developed by the ages of 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, and you're done being developed, and that's your personality for the rest of your life. Guess what? Science has corrected itself. It now says all the way through life, you can change your mind. First, they tell us we're done at 12. And now they're telling us, no, you can change your mind all the way through life. You can literally adjust any part of who you are anytime in your life, whenever you want to get interested. What your file needs is it needs new information. It needs new training. It needs new insights, new points of view. And you're the one who has to put the information in here. Because if you don't, look what you got. You got nothing. So you're the one who gets to add to the file. Or maybe you also need to take some things out of the file. How do you do that, right? How do you make this happen? So let's get down to the simple part, super simple. Everybody can do this. This is what I did, and this is what everybody else can do. It's not big and tough. You don't need big, super, hypnotherapist kind of stuff to change your money stuff. Notice how this is on a piece of paper, and notice how it says nothing. What you need to do is you need to get a piece of paper, a new one. Let's get you a new one. What you do is you get your paper, you get your pen, and you write down the story you want to have. You write down the story you want to have about money. What's it like? How much do you get? How often does it show up? What is your story about money? And then you write a whole paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs. You write as many paragraphs as you want. Then you take your story, your paragraphs, and you read it each day. Because right now, here's your file in your brain, and here's your story. But you want to get the story into the file. Because right now, it's still got this in here. So your file's got that poking out of it, but you start reading the story every day. How often? Every day. Every day you read your story. Because every day you read your story gets closer and closer and closer to being accepted into your money file. As long as you have a story, but you don't read it, if you don't read it, it just stays a story. And you still got this going on. You have to read it. Because what you're doing is you're reading a story to your brain of how you want things to change and be different. Because inside your head is a bunch of files that have a bunch of stories that create a bunch of perceptions, and then that's how your life works. You become the editor, the story writer, the one who decides how things are going to work. Every time you read it, it gets closer and closer and closer until it starts to work its way in, and it keeps getting closer and closer and closer, and then this gets replaced, and then when you open up your file, it has a story. You're going to have to keep reading that story until it gets into your folder, so now you have literally a money story. And now your brain will hook onto this story and not this story. You literally are one story away. The people that, now, and then when your story's in here and it's talking about money, then what happens is it wants some of this. And so now you got a story. It starts to help you build some activities to be able to help you start seeing money come into your life, because that's what your story says. Your story says you have money. Story says you have money to share. Story says you have money to pay your bills and buy food and vegetables and all the healthy stuff that people get to eat. And you get to buy a new shirt, new socks, new shoes. You get to do new things. Well, you can work all you want, but if you're working against this, you're going to keep ending up here where at the end of the day or the end of the month, you got nothing. You made enough to cover your bills, but you still got nothing. You got to change your story. And who can do that? You can do that. And you got this file. You got this file. Write your story. Your struggles with money are because you lack a story. And the story goes in there. And you repeat it every day, and then your story will come true. Along the way, one last thing I'm going to share with you about changing your mind when it comes to money is get some. Get at least $1 bill, fold it in half, stick it in your pocket, put a little paper clip on it, put it in your pocket, and all day remind yourself with this easy, simple little mantra. I have money, and money comes my way every day. I have money, and money comes my way every day. I have money, and money comes my way every day. So if we could have a story and a small little mantra, that money story inside of our head will begin to create different behaviors and different ways of acting and thinking. And if you, by chance, if you have like a glitch in your head that money is bad, no, money is never bad. It's just money. People are the ones who get a little twisted about money. And the reason why a person gets weirded out about money and they get a little twisted about money is because they did not have a good story to guide and direct them of what to do with the money. That's why people go weird with money, is because they get it and then they don't know what to do with it. So today's a good day to write a story, and today's a good day to get a dollar bill and start that mantra. Your money struggles can start to go away today. Okay, this is your file. You got one inside your head. Do the work. Don't just watch me on this video and think, oh, okay, I'm fixed now. No, you gotta write your story. Write your story, read your story. Write your story, read your story every single day. Convince yourself that things are going to change. That's what you're doing, is you literally are convincing yourself. You know when you convince somebody to do something, they change their actions. You are convincing yourself. And click subscribe so I can keep this great training coming to you and I can keep talking to you and sharing with you. Click subscribe and hey, let's stay connected. Super fun. And if you want some more training, click the link below. I got an audio, it's about an hour long. I'll give you some more training about how to speed this process up. I'm here to help.